everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you guys are here. It is Tasty Tuesday and today I'm going to be making banana pudding. So I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to make this together. Alright, so for this recipe you need a box of vanilla wafers. And I'm going to turn it this way because my recipe's on the side. You'll need 3/4 cup sugar divided, so you'll need a 1/2 cup for the filling, and then 1/4 cup that's going to go in with the egg whites to do the meringue on top. 1/3 cup of flour, and then just a dash of salt, so I didn't measure that out. 2 cups of milk, 3 eggs separated, so you'll use the egg yolks in the filling and then the whites for the meringue. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and then 4 to 5 bananas. I've got 4, so we're going to use those. And then you'll need a double boiler, and I don't have a traditional double boiler. I got this pan from Pampered Chef, I do believe. I don't see a marking on it, but I use this and I put it on top of a pan that right now I have on the stove getting ready to boil. And then of course your bowl to mix it in, or to bake it in. This is a recipe that my grandma made oh so many times when we were growing up. She would always come out to our house on Saturdays to do her laundry, and she would make this, and I loved it. My brother did not like it. She made other dishes that he loved and to this day still does, and I just gag when I think about it. It's butter beans and cornbread. I love the cornbread. Butter beans, I could not stand that. And if I was sleeping when she arrived and she started making that, I was awake and I left the house because I couldn't stand the smell of it. But this is one of my favorites. I wish I had her double boiler that she used, but nobody seems to know where it ended up after she passed away, and so this is my version of my double boiler. So I'm going to start mixing all of this together. My water should be just about boiling. So what I'm going to do, set my bananas aside because we don't need them just yet. No, we don't do that. All right, so I'm gonna need this as well to do my egg separator. So we're gonna mix the 1/2 cup of sugar, flour, and salt in here. So I have the 1/2 cup of sugar, the 1/4 cup of flour, and then just a dash of salt. Kind of mix that in together. All right, so I'm going to set this aside real quick, grab my bowl for my blender so I can drop the egg yolk or the egg white in here. So I'm just going to set this on the side there. And then I'll put my egg yolk in the milk. So I'm just going to drop that in there and just kind of swirl it around to get all of the egg white off. All right, so then I'm just going to drop my egg yolk in there and do that with the other 2 eggs. All right, so I'm going to set the egg whites aside. And then in here is the egg yolks with the milk. And I'm just going to take my little mini whisk and just kind of lightly blend that in with the milk. And that's all mixed in together. So we're gonna blend the milk in with the flour and sugar. All right, so we're gonna mix the milk and the egg in with the flour and sugar here. Kind of get that all mixed in together, and then we're going to place it on top of the boiling pan of water here. Just get it all mixed. Don't want any lumps in there. All right, so I'm going to place it on top of my pan of water here. All right, so what we're going to do is just continuously stir the mix for about 10 to 12 minutes, and I have timed it. I just want to double check here real quick. 10 to 12. Or until it's thickened, and mine usually goes about 6.5 to 7 minutes, but I always set it for 10. And then we just constantly stir it. So it's the thickened consistency that I like. All right, so now we're going to add the half a teaspoon of vanilla and just mix that in there really well. And it's went about 6 minutes on the stove. All right, so now we are going to start cutting up the bananas. So I'm going to put just a little bit of the custard in the bottom of the pan or the bowl here. Just kind of spread it around. And now we are just going to layer with bananas and the Nilla wafer. All right, so we have the custard in there. Now we're going to put a layer of, sorry about the crinkles, layer of the Nilla wafers in the bottom. And I just kind of put one layer kind of up the side of the bowl a little bit. Like so. And then in the middle, and now we're going to do a layer of banana. And then just slice up your banana. And just kind of spread that out a little bit. And then we're going to put a layer of custard. Just kind of spread that around. And then we're just going to repeat. Going to put a layer of cookies on top. All right, so now I'm going to do the meringue. So I'm going to set this aside. All right, so I have my mixer here. I got the 3 egg whites in there. Lock this in place. We're going to beat this on the high speed until stiff peaks form, and then we're going to gradually add in the 1/4 cup of sugar. Going to check, and that's about the consistency that I want, so I'm just going to sprinkle in a little sugar and get them going. All right, so we're going to spread the meringue on the pudding. Now you don't want to use a rubber spatula because it will break the consistency down of the meringue. So always use a metal spoon. And just kind of spread it around, and you want to seal the edges. So you want to make sure you get it all the way to the edge. Then I just kind of dip the spoon in and pull up little curly cues of the meringue just to make it look cute. Those little points on there. All right, so this is going to go in a 350 degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes or until it's lightly browned. And then I'm going to let it cool for just a little bit, and then I'm going to get myself a big old bowl of it. All right, so there it is, just out of the oven. I'm going to let it cool for a few minutes, and then I will scoop up a bowl and let you know how it tastes. And there's my bowl. I'm just going to take a quick test. And you guys know me, I don't do eating on camera, so nice little bite. Oh, so good. I will have a link down below in the description box for the recipe. You guys can check it out for yourself. Remember to live a little, laugh a lot, and love always. Bye, guys.